This is a disclaimer. This show is for entertainment purposes only and is protected by the United States Constitution, First Amendment, right to free speech, and the Sullivan Act for reporting. This news is not intended to hurt or harm others and never intended to incite violence of any kind.
Hey.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, just riding that wave.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And I gotta tell you, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm always staying on the crest.
Yeah, right? And, so I heard, and I don't know, Brennan, which I don't even really know who Brennan is, but Brennan said only a special counsel has the authority to criminally investigate. And then Dan Bongino had responded, "You're a discredited fraud." Shut up. But
Brennan
can you believe...
is the former CIA chief under Obama.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So he's been coming out of the side of his neck a lot. He really should. Every time he opens his mouth, he gets himself in trouble.
Yeah, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and speaking of trouble, Mitch McConnell, I heard, said there will be a vote on this Green New Deal. Did you hear about this?
No.
So the Democrats came up with this crazy Green New Deal or New Green Deal. It's like a misnomer also.
Well,
but
it's the
they want
Green Ortiz girl.
Yes. They want to get rid of literally all, like 99% of automobiles. They want to do away with airplanes and flight. And this Green Deal also says you could save water by peeing in a jug and filtering it.
Well, was in the water. I thought that bill was dead in the water. I thought that she was like a laughing stock.
I believe she is the laughing stock, but now Mitch McConnell is saying they're going to vote on Green New Deal to make the Democrats a laughing stock themselves. I don't know.
It has to be voted on the House before it can even come to the Senate, and Mitch McConnell's in the Senate, right?
That's a good question. I'll have to look into that.
Well,
which one he's.
I got my popcorn.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it. This gal is, every time she opens her mouth, she gets herself in trouble, too.
Yeah, right? So then Roger Stone said, special counsel released unsealed documents to CNN, and the source for that info was Sarah Carter. And then now it just came out that they put a gag order on Stone to be quiet.
Well, I had heard that Sarah Carter is a CIA operative anyway, even though she's reporting the Republican stuff.
Very interesting.
I heard that.
Wow. Hey, so I saw this crazy video of this abortionist, Robert Santella, something like that he died at the age of 74. I looked this guy up, and there's a video of him, and he's like all like demonic and sticking his tongue out and shit, and he's like, yeah, I love to.
That guy died?
That guy died.
Well, he just recently got his license taken away from him, and he's dead now?
Now he's dead, yeah.
That's kind of weird. If that's because I just saw his video last week, and the video that I saw was him apologizing for his behavior, and they permanently took his medical license away.
Wow.
So if he's dead now, that's not a coincidence.
That's very interesting. So NORAD has...
I don't know.
I know. Very interesting.
But you know what? The video I saw of him, he didn't look like he was 74 years old. So it might be a doctor.
I don't know. That's the guy that linked to, and that's the guy that was in that video.
Oh, it's creepy.
And they're saying, they're saying abortionist. That's what they're calling him, the abortionist doctor.
He pulled some scissors out of his pocket and threatened a guy.
Oh, shit.
It's in that video, if you saw the whole video.
Well, that's very interesting. I don't remember seeing that scissors part, but I did watch the video.
Oh, it's here in California, right?
It's just San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. So NORAD says they're going to have some drills in Washington, D.C. on the 14th, and people have been reporting of underground tunnel explosions, some sort of billion-dollar drug bust, and military helicopters.
On the 14th of what?
Of February.
Okay, because that would have been yesterday. Did anybody say anything?
Well, I don't know, but there's been a lot of complaints I saw on the news about loud bursts and explosions and 2 earthquakes in in Utah, and I think near Salt Lake City, where they just did the same type of military drills.
There's a YouTube channel I really like to watch. Her name is Mary Greeley. Mary does a really good job on reporting on earthquakes and what's going on in Yellowstone. And then there's that other guy, Dutchson. I might not be saying it correctly, but the first few letters are Dutch. And a lot of times he goes live, and he covers earthquakes all around the world. It's really good. He does a good job.
There was a video of Charles McCullough, and I forgot who that is, to Jason Chaffetz, who's I think a congressman, and he told him, I cannot disclose what agency has the Hillary Clinton emails. And it was like and he was like, I'm a congressman on the Senate, Intelligence Committee, and you're telling me my clearance can't? And he was like, no, sir. And it was like, I think kind of a big deal, because it shows people how this whole clearances and all this, and it's showing like the dark side of things, It's weird.
They've been telling them no for years. They've been asking for years. I mean, this goes back, I can remember Trey Gowdy questioning somebody, and some guys telling him, well, I have to have permission for blah, blah. He's like, no, that's not how that's supposed to go. Okay? As an elected official, blah, 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 blah. And, people are, unfortunately, our government is making up their own rules instead of abiding by the Constitution.
Just making them up as they go along, huh?
Their needs, So whatever happened with Chaffetz, it's been going on. It's been going on for years.
Wow. So there's some CIA woman was indicted on charges of espionage, and she was delivering info to Iran. This Mappa Jabba, she was delivering info to Iran. I can't believe this. Anyways, but it just seems like this is like a daily thing now. It's like the next one. This one committed treason. This one did this. It's crazy.
Well, they just never thought they would get caught. Everybody's behaving as though it's business as usual, and it's not. You can't do what you ordinarily have been doing and think you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are beginning to see and watch and understand and realize what's been going on for years.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, we're seeing things that would not have happened otherwise.
Yeah, I agree. So they say RBG has gone missing now 50 days, no public appearances. And then today...
I saw a video just before I joined you, and it said that apparently she was at some function the other night, but there were still no pictures.
No pictures, and then even this morning it was reported that she appeared today for her first day back in court behind closed doors in closed sessions.
Well, several weeks ago there was somebody put an ad on Craigslist and it was taken down immediately. They're trying to find a body double.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. Well, they always hire crisis actors through Craigslist. Why not find a body double for Ruth?
Yeah. Wow. Well, and two, there's a image going around on Search Query that there was a death certificate issued for her in Washington, D.C., but I think it was just photoshopped. Because if you go to...
or wishful thinking on someone's part.
Yeah, because if you go to Search Query and you look for it, it's not there. Mm-hmm. So, but still.
Yeah, they were hoping it would go viral.
Yeah. El Chapo found guilty on all counts.
Yeah.
And then they're saying now he's got ties to American politicians. And then what else did they say? Oh, and I think I gotta research this, but apparently someone's introducing a bill to seize his assets to pay for part of the wall.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Isn't that funny? That's
well, interesting thing that Brendan Dilley was talking about. He was saying that he said the Washington Post had quoted, they had delivered misinformation. They had quoted a sum of money that had been received by the government since they started doing the seizure of assets. But the thing that they didn't report was that the amount, which was over $600 million, came from that executive order from December 21st, 2017.
Wow.
So if you can imagine, over $600 million has been confiscated since that executive order has been issued and been in effect. And it makes me wonder whose assets. I already know Backpage is one of them. But it's rather interesting. He's hitting the crooks where they live.
Yeah. Wow, very interesting. So I heard military helicopters took over Salt Lake City. People reporting 2 Black Hawks, UH-60s, a Lakota UH-72, landing at the Wells Fargo on Main Street. What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
This is crazy.
What's the date on that? You got to give me a date.
That was the 14th, either yesterday or the 13th. It was recent. That was recently.
Okay. Has there been an update?
I haven't looked at it. I'm just running down my list of things that
you're a mess.
I'm just running down my list of stuff. But I mean, these were all announced by the Department of Defense.
Oh.
That these operations were happening anyway. So it's just people are seeing them and people are saying, "What the heck is going on? This doesn't look like no training exercise."
Oh my gosh. Okay, I haven't heard anything about it. I'm trying to see if I can see anything, but no. But it piques my curiosity.
Which, speaking of curiosities, the Senate committee came forward and said they found no evidence of collusion with the Trump administration and Russia. And that was NBC News that said that.
Well, I think they want to keep their jobs. They say conducting the Utah National Guard is conducting a training exercise.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still showing the black helicopters in at the Wells Fargo. And it's saying as far as maybe 5 days ago.
Oh, but so they are pictured at Wells Fargo.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So see, Wells Fargo is like, all these military operations have been taking place near Wells Fargo's, apparently.
Oh yeah, it seems that way, don't it?
Yeah.
There's several different titles. There's this title that says 2 UH-60 Blackhawks landing on top of the tallest building in downtown Salt Lake City. And then it says Utah National Guard landed 2 Blackhawks on Wells Fargo Center for training, quote unquote, training. Links in description. So I don't know if I buy that training bullshit.
Yeah.
They
I mean, great.
In Los Angeles.
What's the easiest place to hide something? You hide it in plain sight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. So, here I read, man spared charges for stabbing baby due to New York's new abortion laws. And that was on the New York Post.
Ugh.
How disturbing is that? But yeah, these, with all this stuff taking place and the laws changing, they're now working quick to change these abortion laws. And so we're seeing some crazy, weird crimes happening, which is bizarre.
Well, I think a lot of these people were demonic to begin with.
Yeah.
Giving them an excuse.
Good point.
I mean, that's my take on it.
Yeah, because it's a pure evil action. It's a good point. So it's pure evil, and it's just like, it's demonic.
Well, yeah. And the unfortunate thing is they're trying to make it okay. Like, I keep thinking I need to bring my camera with me because I'm seeing some blatant shit out there. And the advertisements all around me, I'm seeing one-eye shit. I didn't see a pentagram. What do they call it? A septagram? 7 corners, some new media show. It's really disgusting. And, I don't know. I feel like they want to force feed us a diet of evil.
Yeah.
And I'm not, it's not appetizing to me. And I thank God I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV since December of 2015. I have a challenge to everybody who can hear my voice is put your phone down for a week, and see where you land. Don't drive for a week if you can possibly. Turn the TV off, for God's sake, for 1 week.
Yeah, let go of the programming.
That's probably the easiest thing that you could do of those 3 things, And if you think you're capable, do those things and rotate. 1 week I won't watch TV for a week. 1 week I won't use my cell phone for a week. 1 week I won't, Come on. And when I think about people my age, I'm like, come on, man. You can't put the phone down, really? For a day, for a week?
Well, it's an addiction, and people have a hard time.
Addiction. And it's a brain softening and dumbing down. And the other thing is it's cutting us off from who we really are. We're not present. We need to be present, especially when you're out in public. You need to be present and observant. It doesn't mean you need to be paranoid. You just need to be involved in life.
Right, because if you're not present, you're distracted, and then you get off of the path,
Yeah, and it's amazing to me how many people are totally distracted, and they'd rather look at their phone than look at the sky or look at traffic or maybe initiate a conversation with someone or observe something interesting around them. And then when I see the people with the phones to their heads, getting all that microwave right up in their brains, and I mean, they're getting it anyway just because they're holding it. But come on, really? Do you really need all of that stimulation?
Yeah, just the people don't realize how programmed they are. But I think they're starting to wake up and they're starting to get it. You know what I mean? But that's just the way that some of the culture is. Not all of America, but this culture nowadays with all this. That's what it is. They just don't realize what they give themselves to. And if I hear you correctly, it's if you're present and you're more aware and you know what you're participating in and what you're giving yourself to, then you'll likely give up the phone. You're like
precognitive, I mean, we were just talking about the other day how, I was going to call you and I pick up the phone and there you are, or people we think about and they materialize, I think manifestation and communication could change if we weren't so reliant on technology.
Yeah. Very true. Back to the news, I heard there was flight delays due to drones in Dubai. Now, this is interesting because this also happened in the UK, where there was flight delays and then like something about drones. But I don't know if it's drones, UFOs, spaceships.
No.
What do you think?
I have no idea. I mean, it could be anything these days.
Yeah, very interesting. I don't know if you heard this. This actor, Juicy Smollett, was beat up, hate crime or something or others, and then now they're coming out and they're saying it was all a hoax, it was all fake, and it was all just to make people they reported it was like two white men wearing MAGA jerseys, and now they're saying, it was two men from Nigeria. It wasn't two white men. It was all a lie. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I heard that, and I also heard that he was being written out of the series that he's in. So maybe he's doing that to try and drum up business for his next big project, possibly. Everything is show business. So, maybe he thought that this was a way to put him in the public eye to generate some work. I don't know. But, and I had heard that there is a pilot or some project that is in the offing, and there's a role in it for him. And I don't know if he's trying to pitch himself for the role or he's already cast. But, people have done stranger things to put their name in the public eye.
That is such a good perspective. You're absolutely right.
And the other thing is the hotels. There were a lot of hotels in that area where he said this alleged incident happened, and they're coming up with nothing on their cameras.
Oh, shit.
They're coming up with nothing, and I think that they even came up with the convenience store where they bought the rope from or some kind of bullshit. So it's all staged. These guys, and I even heard some other video that was talking about how these guys flew in for the gig. Okay, it was a gig.
Yeah.
They flew in for it, and they flew out, and I don't know if they were apprehended at O'Hare or I don't know. But it's, a couple of Nigerian guys.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
And then the other thing, they're talking about how cold it was that night. Like, really? It just kind of...
Oh my God!
It doesn't go by my bull detector, okay?
Yeah. In other news, Sarah Sanders was interviewed by special counsel. Now that was I don't know what by Robert Mueller apparently.
Huh.
Did you hear about that?
Well, he's still spending our money. Yeah, I didn't hear about it. Maybe
what
we
nonsense.
could sue him for lawyer's fees.
Yeah. What nonsense. So there was, I guess, some new R. Kelly tapes came out with another, now this time with a younger girl.
He's 11.
And what was that?
I'm making a joke. He's always with children.
Yeah. So there goes some more tapes.
I don't want to say that just out, but, from what I understand.
Yeah. There was a shooter incident in Aurora, Illinois. Did you hear about that?
That was today, right?
I believe that was today.
Yeah, I like to watch that gal on You Are Free TV, and she goes into it and explains what happened. It's interesting. It's sad.
Okay.
But the company that this happened at, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not. So I would say check out You Are Free TV. She's got an interesting perspective on that whole situation.
Very good. Let's see if we can get a link to that and watch that. So Connecticut and the Department of Justice signed an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, on voter registration requirements. Nothing special about that, but maybe that's more to come for the rest of the states. But they signed like this really in-depth voter registration requirements memorandum of understanding. Yeah. I also wrote down here the Eagles Act, which I didn't look up. I don't know what the heck that is. And Polar Security Cutter. What the heck?
Oh.
And cybersecurity and infrastructure security. Oh, that's right. So, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, she made a statement regarding President Trump declaring a national emergency. And there was a reference to the Eagles Act, which I haven't looked up, and also Polar Security Cutter or something like that. And then a new division that they've opened under DHS, which is cybersecurity and infrastructure security. Yeah. So I thought that was very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I've heard.
Okay.
How about you?
Well, I mean, I've kind of had my head down a bit. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens if we are going to have a national emergency. I guess it's happening. I haven't seen any videos or read anything yet. I'm kind of behind on what's happening today. But
yeah.
I'm still looking for information that's going on at Gizmo. Apparently, there's trials going on, and I have been looking at that website, C-Vine, C-Vine, and they have transcripts, which is kind of interesting, transcripts of the trials. So, yeah, that's been rather interesting to read.
Really?
Yeah, check that out. And there are a couple of YouTube channels that are reading the transcripts, but Yeah, it's easier to just read them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they also, unfortunately, they put their take on it, which is fine. Sometimes I just want to read the transcripts.
Yeah. Just get to the meat.
But apparently there's a lot going on at a base that was supposed to be closed, but I think we need it now more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to see until next time when we can get some more intel together. Anything you're anticipating or looking forward to?
Weren't you the one that was mentioning that we've got a full moon coming up?
We got a super moon coming up, yes. And I can't even tell you what date right now.
February 19th, we've got a full moon, so that's the day after President's Day. And I know the vibrations and frequencies have, the Schumann's been jumping off, spiking. So everybody needs to stay grounded, drink your water, drink your lemon water. I like Bragg organic apple cider vinegar. You can drink lime water. Stay grounded, expand your vessel, and protect your teeth if you're going to drink those things. Use a straw and ride that wave, baby.
Ride that wave to ascension. I know you hate that. You don't. Well, you don't hate the word. It's overused and abused.
Well, I don't know. It's just I think that we're constantly ascending. It's just that it's happening more. It's happening at a faster rate right now.
That's a great way to put it. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's accelerating so rapidly.
It's accelerating, yes.
Yeah, and the Schumann has been spiking like crazy to prove it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, prayers and blessings. And this was fun. Thanks.
Yeah, no, it was good catching up with you. Until next time, we'll see what you heard.
Okay.